from the way of the fact that how the US team have acted. All of the players are getting paid for this. We haven't spoken about that yet. That the United States team are being paid. Yeah,
it's a disgrace.
It's an absolute disgrace.
It's a problem, is it? Like when things kind of have a certain amount of time period, you do tend to forget. But like, seriously, US. I mean, it wasn't the whole US team.
No,
let's be honest about it. We know there's certain players within the team who wanted it more than others, and it was a bit of a fold of epic proportions to say, okay, you will be paid if you play in the Ryder Cup. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. It should be such an honour to play, and it's not like they're losing out. They're not having to pay their own plane fares there. But also, if you play in a Ryder Cup, the opportunities that then open up to you afterwards are massive. From a sponsorship point of view, invites, your reputation within the game grows huge, especially if you win. So it feels it's kind of dirtied it a little bit.
This story in The Guardian, which is an interview with Luke Donald about the New York crowds and how the situation around the US Ryder Cup team being paid to attend the event might flip the crowd against them if they don't provide what they're expecting to see, which is a absolute battering of Team Europe. So Luke Donald said, "We all know how high the ticket prices are, and it's going to be an expensive trip out for a family of 4. If the US players are getting paid a stipend or whatever it is, and they aren't performing, the New Yorkers could make them know about it." And later on, he talks about the European team, the European guys playing for free and for pride. And he says, it speaks to what the Ryder Cup means to these European guys. A couple of $100,000 to these guys isn't a lot of money in the grand scheme of things. Those weeks of the Ryder Cup, they are the best weeks. There's so much more to them. We certainly don't need any motivation or monetary rewards to get us up.
Boom.
So
very well read as well. You hit every single syllable there.
Yeah, I did all the syllables.
Really
in your original accent as well.
Yeah, that's my Luke Donald impression, was it not?
No.
Oh no. So they're getting $500,000 each. 300,000 of which they have to donate to charity, which they'll all give to their own charitable foundations, the Scottish Scheffler Foundation and the Patrick Cantlay Foundation. But then, which they'll then take tax cuts out of and then pay their dodgy lawyer,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've done drug abuse. We've done tax avoidance.
Money laundering.
We've done, this podcast has had everything.
All the fun things.
What do you think about them getting paid? Let's go off on a rant.
I mean, I think I've already done a rant at this, but it does stink, and it's a shame that something within golf which has stayed relatively pure. It's a real team against team. It's not about individual prizes. It's not about the prestige of winning an Open or a Masters and the glory that comes with that. This is about representing a flag. It's about representing your nation. It's about representing your continent. And it's the glory of winning a Ryder Cup and what it means to people. It shouldn't have to be prefaced with, you're going to get money if you turn up. Yeah. Because these guys are making an incredible amount of money throughout the year anyway. If they are successful in the Ryder Cup, the rewards which come to them afterwards are massive. Like, they don't need money. They don't need this cash. And I don't understand why they would demand it. Like, listen, $500,000 is a lot of money, but Donald is right. Like, to these guys, the reason that they're in the Ryder Cup team is because they've played to a high enough standard throughout the year that they've made an absolute bucket load over that. Like, 300 grand to them is a reasonably good week on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, it's like
top 10.
Midway up the first screen somewhere.
Yeah. What did Scheffler make last year?
I think he made 30 million this year.
Like you say.
like Scheffler could have been listed as a small independent island state with the amount of money that he's made over the past few years. His GDP is probably higher than St. Kitts and Nevis or something.
Yeah.
Shout out if you're watching from St. Kitts and Nevis, get into the comments and let us know.
Where do we have that one guy watching from? Was it Guatemala?
That sounds right.
We're the number one golf podcast in Guatemala.
We need to start doing that again. We need to start getting the stats up. Scheffler basically earned more money in the past few years than Guatemala did.
Yeah.
Minus all their rare mineral mining. So you have... It's an unnecessary complication. It's not enough money that's going to make a difference. It can.
I'm sorry, you're ludicrously wrong. Guatemala, 112 billion.
Yeah. I think they like mine lithium or something. Like they're doing all right. Or the thing is, am I wrong? Yeah. Let's pull up Scottish Sheffler's bank account. Am I wrong?
He also mines diamonds.
Yeah, he does.
Just to play devil's advocate for a second and flip it on its head, do you not think that there's something a bit weird about these guys being expected to play for free, considering the amount of money that flows through the event, the number of sponsors that are there, the number of people that pay good money to get to play, that get to watch these guys play? Do you not think that the money that these people are paying to watch these guys play, should not some of that go to them?
No, I would say that if you're going to give money, if you're going to take money, so what's it, 500 grand each. So what's that? Maths over 12 people, 7 million.
6 million.
6 million, sorry. So $6 million. So you're taking that money and you say, okay, so if we're doing it along the argument of like people are paying a lot of money to be there, cool. Take it back off the ticket prices. Yeah. Give it back to the people watching. Like they're the fans of the Ryder Cup are ultimately what makes the Ryder Cup. It's the same with any team sport. Like golf throughout the entire year is based on individual performance. And frankly, if they hold an event in Arkansas and no one turns up, it's fine because all the money really flows to the TV. Yes, they're going to take a hit on the event, fine, whatever. Like we see this all the time, like DP World Tour, like when they go to, I don't know, Menorca, and there's like 300 people there and 4 goats just watching, like, oh, we didn't know this was happening. This is great. Yeah, they still hold those events because they got the money coming through the sponsorship. And yes, a lot of money does flow through the Ryder Cup, and it makes a lot of different organisations a lot of different money. But that's fine. Like, it's fine. Like, why do you need another payday? It doesn't. It's not necessary. It really isn't. And I think it just separates you a little bit more from the fans, because if the fans recognise that you're there to play for them rather than there to play for yourself, it makes a massive difference.
Here's the slice of information that kind of counteracts your point, David, is that in the years when there is no Ryder Cup, the DP World Tour loses money. In the years that there is a Ryder Cup, the DP World Tour is in a profit. And the European players know that when they go and their tournament makes loads of money, half of that money, sometimes more than half of that money, goes to the DP World Tour to keep the DP World Tour alive. Yeah. If the PGA Tour or the PGA of America was contingent on US players turning up and playing for Team USA at the Ryder Cup, and those players not taking money, I think some of the team who had grown up playing small events in the US would say, oh, cool, yeah, don't worry about my money. I want you guys to... Do you reckon that would happen? Because that's exactly what Team Europe are doing. Donald and the players have obviously had a discussion. They're being paid. Would you like to be paid? They've gone, well, what happens if we get paid? Well, they go, well, the DP World Tour will have to pay that money to you or through the sponsors or whatever, and they'll lose that money, which means that this no longer becomes profitable, which means that eventually this tournament goes away.
I think that as well. It's just the fact that, you know, you've got 12 guys here that have the pressure of the nation on their shoulders, but they've also got the privilege of having the nation on their shoulders. And we've all been on a putting green before and, you know, saying that this is the putt to win the Open, this is the putt to win the Ryder Cup. Like, that shouldn't need monetary value behind that to drive you on. That is, it shouldn't be that. None of money is not the Ryder Cup is not money. The Ryder Cup is representing your nations, representing your country, representing your continent. About how and you've got yourself into a position where you have the ability to represent these people, and to be asking for a wage of that, it just doesn't sit right.